Jay here, Stretford, Paddock. This is the Paper Talk. Well, it's the Paper Talk / Gazette. I'm standing in for Macca. He usually does Gazette on a Sunday, doesn't he? I usually do the Paper Talk. So this is a bit of a amalgamation of those two things. And as you would expect, most of the papers this morning, I've actually gone out and got some papers. There you go. Look, they've got them. Talking about Manchester United's epic win over Manchester City and the fallout from it. Because I say the fallout, it seems that Manchester City have had a little bit of a meltdown over Bruno Fernandes' goal. Now, I'm sure you've all seen the goal. I'm sure you've all seen the debate that's raging on social media, in the press, pundits getting involved, people who don't really know a lot about football, like Richard Keys, for example, he's getting involved. So everyone's got an opinion on this, and it seems to have divided a lot amongst party lines, as we say, as people say in politics. United fans sort of going, yeah, those are the rules. Tough. Might be a bit unfair, but that's the way it is. City fans saying, well, either the rules weren't interpreted properly or the rules are wrong. Some United fans saying, okay, maybe we got away with one. Some City fans saying, you know what, we just have to lump it. But by and large, most people seem to be divided on depending who you support. Now, it seems that following the game, there was a bit of a kickoff. You see it, I've got this from the Express. You can see that. City stars in tunnel rage. Oh dear. It says here, Manchester City's furious players confronted referee Stuart Atwell in the Old Trafford tunnel after his controversial offside decision brought a devastating derby defeat. Goes on to say as well, the complaints came after Atwell had ruled Marcus Rashford was not interfering with play when Bruno Fernandes fired home a 78th minute equaliser for rivals United. Now, I get it. I'd be aggrieved if it was the other way around. But it's weird because everyone's sort of saying, or a lot of the narrative now is, well, that was it. That was the game done. Once Bruno equalised, United basically won the game because of that decision. It was in the 78th minute. I think it was 5 minutes or 6 minutes. No, it was 5 minutes one that have added time. So you still, if my maths is right, had 70 minutes left to play. So it's not like that was the end of the game. And also, after that, we were level. But it seems that everyone's sort of taking it as that. I'm not saying it didn't affect the game. Of course it did. But City still could have won. They still could have gone and got another goal. United got a big win and a deserved win, in my opinion. And I think a lot of what's been ignored is Alejandro Garnacho, who came in and was absolutely fantastic. For an 18-year-old to come on and play like that was ridiculous. And yet, hardly anyone's talking about him. Everyone's talking about this VAR or this decision or whatever you want to call it, and saying that United got away with one. And to be honest with you, I'm not even that bothered if we did. Yeah, I'll take a win against City any which way I can get one. I certainly didn't leave Old Trafford yesterday feeling gutted because we'd had a dodgy decision or a controversial decision. I was absolutely buzzing. If anything, it made it a bit better. You see, back in the evening news, sitting on the fence as always, as you'd expect from a Manchester paper, blue murder. So there you go. They're sort of nailing their colours to the mast. Guardiola fuming after controversial Fernandes leveller for United in Derby before Rashford stunned City. Yeah, let's not forget as well, Marcus Rashford banging in the goals, absolutely firing. Also, just to get into it, who's doing these? Oh, our mate's doing the ratings. If you can, I'm just having a look at some of them. Not too kind at all. But Luke Shaw getting an 8 and. Oh, no. Do you know what? I'm not even going to get into them ratings because I think those ratings are off the red. But yeah, it just says Derby spoils feels like a pivotal win in United's renaissance. So yeah, Guardiola unhappy. City players kicking off. The Mirror, again, has gone with the evening newsline. Blue murder. Fuming City stars in tunnel bust up with ref Atwell as Rashford stuns Pep. It'll be interesting to see what happens with this because if you're going to go and kicking off with the ref and busting up with him in the tunnel, then is there going to be repercussions? Listen, I'm no grass, and I'm not saying that they should have the book thrown at him, but I think it would be perfectly fair if they were given a 12-point deduction and banned from competing in any trophy for the next 10 years. Yeah, we'll have to see what happens, but it says here that Jack Grealish, Kyle Walker, Emmanuel Akanji led City's bitter complaints after Atwell had ruled Marcus Rashford was not interfering with play when Bruno Fernandes fired home a 78th minute equaliser for rivals United. So it's all the same thing, it's that goal. They're all kicking off. Now, it depends how you see it. The sort of, I think what I've seen online is there's an interpretation of the law where if Marcus didn't touch the ball, he didn't actually interfere, or because he didn't physically touch someone or stop them getting to the ball, he didn't interfere. The counter-argument to that is Edison was looking at Marcus Rashford. He thought he was going to shoot. He was positioned to try and stop the shot. Manuel Akanji See, some people are saying that Manuel Akanji was blocked from getting to Bruno by Marcus. I don't think he was. And I think if you look at Akanji's interview afterwards, he said he played the offside trap. He said, I played him offside and he was offside. So I think the argument there is because he's played him offside, he's took himself out of trying to get to Bruno. But Marcus is in an offside position, but because he's not interfering with play, he's not offside, or his offside doesn't count. It's a bit confusing. And it may well be one of those where they look at it, they look at the rules and they come out with a different sort of more clear interpretation of it. We've seen this before, didn't we? I think was it City against Villa, where they had one where I think one of the players who was coming back from an offside position touched it, and at the time it was legal, and then they changed the rules. So they might do something like that. I'm not too sure. There's a story here in the Mail. The only time I buy the Mail is for the paper talk. Forgive me. They're focusing on Everton. Everton turned toxic because obviously Frank Lampard's in the mud. I hope he don't get stats. I quite like doing those tweets about him. And then it also says here, City fuming. Heated tunnel row after United's joke derby goal. So yeah, Pep Guardiola after the game, he was raging money, which you kind of expect. The players were raging. I saw the Akanji interview. Pundits who are sort of, anti-United or pro-City. So Micah Richards, for example, on the telly last night on Match of the Day, he was questioning it, saying it wasn't fair. And if you're playing someone offside and you think that then they're offside, then that is them interfering. But it's what the rules are, isn't it? And it's how you interpret those rules. And I think that's the thing. It's not a case of, oh, well, that's the way I used to play it, or that's how I see it. It's how the rules are and how they're interpreted. So maybe they do need to clear it up. I think it's one of those where if you're a United fan, you're buzzing, and if you're a City fan, you're fuming. I just want to talk about something else other than just this decision, because you can get involved in that. Get involved in the comments in the chat. Let us know what you think. Marcus Rashford has equalled a Reds record. It says here, Marcus Rashford became the first player since Dennis Violet in 1959 to score in 9 consecutive home matches after scoring the winner in the Reds 2-1 Derby Day triumph over City Old Trafford. It's fantastic, isn't it? Let's just focus on Marcus Rashford, because he's also got praise by Erik ten Hag for sacrificing himself for the greater good of the team in the win. He said that he received treatment on the pitch after going down injured. I saw that, and I didn't think he was going to come out for the second half, but he did. And not only did he come out for the second half, he came out and obviously got the winner. So it's great to see Marcus doing well. He got a load of stick last season, I should say. He's been getting stick for years of certain people. Even some United fans have given him stick and saying they want rid of him. I've been quite open to the fact I love Marcus Rashford. I think last season he wasn't performing as well as he should do. I think that's only right that, people can criticize that. I don't think, there's anything wrong with that. But some of the abuse, when it was abuse, was a bit too much. And I don't think there's any justification for that. And it's good to see him silencing the critics by performing at levels he can do. It's great to see Alejandro Garnacho performing so well. And it's fantastic to see City having a meltdown. Long may that continue, because I'm absolutely loving it. Listen, we'll be back tomorrow with the Paper Talk outside Old Trafford. Make sure you are hitting like, share, and subscribe. We'll also have Premier League P-Take back tomorrow with Adam McCall and Joe Smith. So I'm for one, I'm looking forward to that one. So don't forget to get involved. Hit the like button, hit the share button, hit the subscribe button. I've been Motty. This has been the Paper Talk from my kitchen.